Hello Erongo Talkers, and welcome to today's edition of your favorite online news show. I'm Otis, your host at the coast, and we are coming to you all the way from our studio at Platz Am Meer in Swakopmund. On today's show, Koesha Martin, the Business Development and Marketing Manager of COSDEF, speaks to us about a new course recently introduced and an Easter surprise in store at the coastal facility. So, you definitely do not want to miss out. Also catch the news, weather, tides, as well as Grumpy's fishing report. First up is our calendar day, and we celebrate Look Up at the Sky Day. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's edition of Erongo Talk. And now for the news. NAM Power's 300 million Cirkelding project just southeast of Swakopmund is expected to be a major power boost to Swakopmund and surrounding areas' socio-economic development. Construction of the unique multi-million-dollar infrastructure, which will consist of a substation building, two parallel 132 kilovolt overhead power lines, and various automated high-voltage components, started last July, and completion is expected to be by February next year. Cirkelding is one of NAM Power's projects aimed at building, strengthening, and maintaining the national grid to ensure an efficient, reliable, and effective national transmission network. It also forms part of ongoing upgrade of NAM Power's bulk electricity supply to Erongo Red to enable the utility to meet current and future electricity demand due to socio-economic growth in the Erongo region. Moving on, the Swakopmund municipality will start cutting water supply to ensure debt of about 130.5 million Namibian dollars that accumulated due to the non-payment of service accounts is recovered. And this measure will first be implemented for government and state-owned enterprises accounts. Last October, the municipality already noted that its outstanding debt was over 100.1 million, and this mostly due to a directive by Cabinet that water may not be disconnected as an emergency measure during the peak period of COVID-19. In November, the municipality started working on means to recover the debt internally and is using debt collectors. It also gave account holders a grace period from December 2021 to the 1st March 2022 to make arrangements for settlement of their outstanding debts with the municipality, and even granted a 10% settlement discount for payment of accounts older than 90 days. Regardless of the predicament of growing debt in light of a directive not to disconnect water, and also giving account holders a grace period to settle their debt, government institutions, businesses and residents continued using water. Only 485 account holders made arrangements to repay their debt. And finally, Ikutu Market, which is located in Koesdorp, accommodates over 400 traders and consists of two areas. Phase 1 allows only food traders and Phase 2 caters for traditional liquor traders. Phase 1 was reopened last year, while Phase 2 remained closed due to unsanitary conditions that reportedly prevailed in this particular area. The area was subsequently revamped, and the market committee sent out several letters to the municipality of Walvis Bay requesting that it be reopened, since its closure had left hundreds of traders unemployed and others homeless due to a lack of income. The committee is happy and so are the traders because they can return to sell goods and make a living for themselves. Hopefully, the traders who had moved to the dump site and other illegal structures due to unemployment can now start making money again and afford to rent decent homes for themselves, Abram Ngupunya said. He added that many traders could not afford to pay their landlords and had to move back to the north or seek refuge at the dump site or other illegal structures. Now this concludes our news for today. You can catch these and many more stories on our brand new website at www.erongo.com.na. In the company of Koesha Martin, COSDEF Business Development and Marketing Manager. How are you doing, Koesha?
Hi Otis, I am very well, thank you.
It's nice to be here in this tranquil surroundings at COSDEF. So what does COSDEF actually stands for?
COSDEF is the Community Skills Development Foundation, known as COSDEF or shortly known as COSDEF, and it is the umbrella organization for the Community Skills Development Centers, the COSDECs, and we have 8 COSDECs countrywide, as well as the COSDEF Arts and Crafts Center where we are at today.
In Swakopmund.
In Swakopmund, yes.
So your centers are based throughout Namibia?
We have centers in 8 regions of the country. We have a center in Ludritz, we have one in Gubabis, we have one here in Swakopmund, plus the COSDEF Arts and Crafts Center. Then we have a center in Opu, we have one in Otjavarongo, we have one in Shumep, Ondangwa, and in Rundu.
Now, Koesha, what does these centers offer to Namibians?
We improve livelihoods. We are making an impact. We are changing people's lives, and we assist to alleviate poverty in Namibia because we offer vocational and technical skills training. We also offer business and entrepreneurial skills training to emerging entrepreneurs, and our target groups are the unemployed youth, women, and low-skilled adults.
And what does it take to get into one of your centers?
We, as we refer to it, we have open entry requirements. In other words, you do not need to have a grade 12 qualification, for instance. So if you have completed primary school, then you can enroll at any of our centers. However, there are certain courses where we require grade 10, the old grade 10 like we used to know, especially our customer-oriented courses like hospitality and tourism and the office administration course.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Now, you've recently introduced a brand new course. What's that all about?
There are so many, but the one that I really want to talk about is the customer care course. We have embarked on this initiative in 2020 because we've realized that you really have to have a very close cooperation and relationship with industry stakeholders, because at the end of the day, we want to offer what is required by industry. We don't want to train, and at the end of the day, our trainees cannot get employment, or industry is not looking for the skills that we have trained. Now, the initiative that we have embarked upon in 2020 was the customer care course. So we conducted a survey with 47 industry stakeholders in the Erongo region. And after we have analyzed the results, it was recommended by the majority of these industry stakeholders that there is a need for a well-developed customer care short course. Because any business, it doesn't matter who that business is, if you are dealing with customer care, with customers, then you have to have the skills in order to deal with customers effectively. And what makes this course so special is we have developed it in conjunction with the industry stakeholders. So some of them served on the working group. So we have utilized their expertise, their knowledge. They were willing to share that with us, and we have utilized that. And together with this working group, we've managed to develop the short course, which is currently on offer to our industry. So if you are dealing with customers, like I've already mentioned, then this course is really for your employees. Because the main aim of this course is employees will learn how to manage relationships effectively, and that is not only to external customers but internal customers as well. They will learn how to communicate effectively, and at the end of the day, this will enhance organizational efficiency, as well as the productivity, the efficiency of the employees.
And I think it will also translate into money at the end of the day.
It does, because if organizations manage to or the employees manage to work with customers effectively, that will retain customers. So customers will be loyal and they will come back to your organization time and time again.
Wow. Now, Koesha, have any businesses taken you up on this course?
Yes, we have. About a month ago, we offered this course to MultiChoice and DStv Namibia. They had a stakeholders engagement here in Swakopmund, and 10 winners out of the stakeholders who attended this event, 10 winners were selected, and then COSDEF was chosen by MultiChoice Namibia as the organization to offer the course to these 10 businesses. And it was a very, very successful training course over the 3 days.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now finally, you've prepared something special for those coming from the inland to the coast, as well as for our coastal residents. Tell us about that.
This weekend on Saturday the 16th of April, we will have an Easter market here at this beautiful center where we are currently, and this Easter market will be combined with live music. We have some local artists who will perform. Here will be a lot of activities for the kiddies, and just many stalls. So if you are at home, if you really at this point in time, if you are planning to come down to the coast, or if you are based here, please, this is the place to be on Saturday the 16th of April. And just to mention, we have entered into a joint venture agreement with Memphis Barbecue and Blue. This guy is offering cartel street food, and he's currently busy with renovations at our restaurant, and that is also something that we are looking forward to the grand opening or the launching of the restaurant.
Brilliant. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know what to do, now you know. Get down to the COSDEF Center here in Swakopmund and come and spend some quality time with Koesha and her team.
Thank you so much, Otis.
It's a pleasure, Koesha. I'm joined by Chris Isaacs. He's no stranger to foodies here at the coast. How are you doing, Chris?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm cool, man. So let us in on this secret, man, this big secret.
Well, it's a little secret project I've been working on for the last couple of years. As you know, we've got the Dakgerook smoker, we've got cartel food bus, and we decided, since our customers are treating us so well and always asking for a little bit more, we've decided to embark on this venture with COSDEF at the centre, and we're starting up a restaurant, which will be the first barbecue and blues restaurant in Namibia.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing news. My taste buds are already like tingling, you know. So what kind of food is expected this place?
Well, basically, the menu is based on what we do already because we know people like it, and the feedback is always good on it. So it's based on its smoker theme. We're gonna put in some burgers. We can put a little bit of Mexican inside it, and it's gonna be some new interesting dishes that we can't do on the food carts because we don't have the equipment there. But we can do it in restaurant. We can have some interesting cocktails. Really much focused on a deep South American vibe.
Yes, you mentioned that this is going to be a extremely unique concept. What makes it unique and extreme?
Once it's done, and we should be done hopefully Friday this week, we should be done with the look, or partially done, like 90% done. So there's this COSDEF market on Saturday. If people want to pop along, come have a look at it. We'll probably we'll serve some drinks from it for COSDEF for the market from our bar. Then they can see the look. I mean, it's something I can promise. It's something totally unique. It's like dark and elegant. We're very much focused on people having a really good time. We could have live musicians here. We're building a stage inside a restaurant for live musicians to support the local acts and get them some exposure as well into the communities. We're gonna have comedy nights. We're gonna have poetry nights. So it's very arty, like down in Tennessee, Memphis, that kind of style of cooking.
Wow, brilliant stuff. So we know we're heading towards Easter. What would your message to be for those planning to come down to the coast?
I would definitely advise them to come around to the COSDEF Centre because the bus will be here, Cartel will be here, Dekorok will be smoking up some things. We have G3 with Janine doing some performances here as well. So definitely come along, come have a look at the restaurant because on the 1st of May we're opening, or that weekend we officially open.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Chris.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. And now for your fishing report. The cold weather surely hit the coast very hard this past week. Anglers were met by wet and cold conditions. This resulted in not a lot of fireworks going off along the shoreline. Some fish did, however, take the hooks of anglers, particularly around the Mile 1 area. Blacktail and galjoen were the species that were nibbling on the angler's bait. White mussel also did the trick. The Atlantic Ocean eventually did calm down, and the fish should be back in no time at all. Areas that have a lot of reefs can be targeted, more so than sandbars. Keep a lookout for areas such as Mile 14 and U-Boot, just north of Vlotskasbakken, as well as Mile 32 and Jakkalsput, just south of Henties Bay. To the north of Henties Bay, Grysduintjie, Trappies and Popeye also have a lot of reefs, so these areas could possibly yield some catches. North of Cape Cross, the fish have been a bit scarce. The second interclub of the year to be held at Wurrenby over the weekend should produce some great fish. The boat anglers fishing at the Vierkant Club area are getting some decent fish, with a lot of cop in the 3 kilogram range being brought to shore. These are probably the best eating size fish. Some of the ski boats ventured past Mile 8, right up to Mile 14, where the anglers landing some cop. The shark anglers had a coastal angling competition, and they too had a tough time getting the fish to the shore. The bigger shark was close to 20 kilograms, and the biggest edible reeled in around the 2.7 kilogram mark. They fished the Jakkalsput area. Grumpy says he thinks the upcoming calm seas will allow the sharks to come closer. This will make for some excellent hunting at the upcoming interclub competition. For the anglers that battled to make a catch last weekend, it's thumbs up. Grumpy advises you to keep on trying, as you might get some great fish this weekend. And with that, we say tight lines.
Platz Am Meer is a landmark on the coastline of Namibia, a home to quality shops and quality restaurants, a select variety of fashion and food retailers, as well as banks. Not to mention the pier with 36 luxury apartments and entertainment for the whole family. Find us at corner of Tabarite and Albatross Street, Vineta North, Swakopmund. Call us on 064 462 242. Visit platzammeer.com.na or at Platz Am Meer on Facebook. Platz Am Meer, enhancing your coastal experience.
In Thursday's weather report, for Walvis Bay the sun will set 10 minutes to 7 and will rise 7:15 on Friday. Walvis Bay will experience a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A southwest wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour. For Swakopmund, the sun will set 10 minutes to 7 and will rise 7:15 on Friday. Swakopmund will experience a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. For Henties Bay, the sun will set 9 minutes to 7 and will rise 7:15 on Friday. Henties Bay will experience a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A south-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. For Arandis, the sun will set 12 minutes to 7 and will rise 13 minutes past 7 on Friday. Arandis will experience a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Usakos, the sun will set 14 minutes to 7 and will rise 10 minutes past 7 on Friday. Usakos will experience a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A west wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Karibab, the sun will set 7:15 and will rise 9 minutes past 7 on Friday. Karibab will experience a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A west-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. And lastly, for Omaruru, the sun will set 7:15 and will rise 8 minutes past 7 on Friday. Omaruru will experience a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius predicted for Friday. A north-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 7 kilometers per hour. And that was your Thursday weather report.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's show. Join our online family of more than 90,000 followers. Go like our Erongo Facebook page and visit our website at www.erongo.com.na for information and news about our mighty region. Send us your news tips, photos and video clips to newstips@erongo.com.na, or if you would like to advertise and reach over 1 million potential customers, contact us via WhatsApp or Telegram on 08117 00040. If you're in need of quality company this Easter weekend, check out our NMH TV channel 1up2.com or join us on DStv channel 285 or GOtv channel 94. Finally, we know masks are no longer a must in public, but keep on sanitizing those hands, practice social distance and stay safe. Wishing you all a splendid Easter weekend, and until next time, we say cheerio.